Hello everybody. To all my US viewers, hopefully everyone had a good and safe Memorial Day weekend and everyone kept two wheels on the ground. Today, I'm going to start a new series called Blue-eyed Rambling, where I talk about, well, just about anything. I'm going to primarily keep it motorcycle focused, but I may divert off onto other topics, but only time will tell. For today's episode, we're just going to concentrate on some comments that I've gotten on my YouTube channel. And the reason being is because they're a little more involved than just basic responses. And I wanted to dive into them a little more. So first up is someone had posted a comment, and I cannot find this comment. I've looked, I don't know if it just disappeared into the YouTube ether or what happened here, but somebody had asked for pictures of my top case with my side panniers on my Ninja 1000 SX. As you know, I did a video where I installed the Ventura aftermarket top case mount. And what it does is it actually distributes the weight, so it isn't just on the rear portion of your seat and the subframe, but it distributes the weight and puts some of the pressure on the mounts for the passenger pegs. It's not a perfect solution, I'll admit, but it does a lot better than having all the weight with the side panniers and the top case all on the subframe in one spot. This is why Kawasaki does not offer the ability to do both. It's too much weight, the bolts end up either coming loose or they snap. So, the Ventura is a great alternative. There are other options out there as well. But for this case, I did the Ventura, and I did put pictures up on my Instagram, but I figured I'd share them here. And this is just my bike with the side panniers and the top case. As you can see, there isn't much to it. Just looks like a standard sport tourer with all the luggage. And the bars come down, as I said, and they go down into the rear pegs for the top case. If you have any other questions, you want to see any specific pictures, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll try and get them up as soon as I can. We've hit peak riding season, so most of my free time is spent out there on the road right now. This is also why my channel is not going to have many upgrades to my motorcycle or how-to videos right now, unless certain maintenance things come along. And that is because it is riding season. I'm going to be out there on the road, which is why I'm starting this new segment of Blue-eyed Ramblings. And I'm also going to try and get a couple other things started up. I'm thinking of come ride with me and go over some things, maybe try some new gear, who knows. But this should cover that question. Like I said, it disappeared, so I can't remember exactly who asked it, so I can't tag them in it. But if you're on here and you see this video, these are the pictures. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them to the best of my ability. Moving on. Okay, so the next topic is a comment I got on my video for the Pinlock Ear Plugs. As you know, I actually like them. I still wear them. They are awesome. The comment I deleted. I don't know if the person was trying to be a troll or if they were just uneducated in how things work, or if they just didn't know what they were talking about. Because I don't like negative energy and I don't like people bashing things. I enjoy constructive criticism, but I don't like people outright bashing things or telling lies or providing misinformation. So to start with, as I said, the comment was deleted. But in a nutshell, it basically said that I was spreading misinformation about the earplugs because they don't work, or it was impossible for them to filter noise and allow things such as communication and music to come through. So, as a bit of clarification on these earplugs, they aren't like normal earplugs. They don't block a ton of sound out and mute everything. They are designed to filter the reverberating noise from the wind. You know that noise where you have that air pressure going against your eardrum? You know what I'm talking about. Just that noise gets filtered out. That's the best way to describe it. It also reduces the volume of noise. Now, when I say reduces the volume of noise, I mean it reduces the volume, just like normal earplugs, just not as much. So it brings it down to a safe level where you aren't going to lose your hearing. Yes, you have to turn your music up a little bit more than if you didn't have any earplugs. However, you would have to turn that music up the same amount to hear through the wind noise. These earplugs, if you go and you're riding around with the wind noise and you put these earplugs in, you will lose the wind noise, not completely, it'll still be there, but it's not going to be deafening and it isn't going to hurt your ears, and the same volume settings, and you will still hear everything perfectly fine. So the filter may not be the correct term, but it's the easiest to describe it. It reduces the volume and eliminates the reverberating noise. Now, he also said that they don't work, and he claims that he uses them. I'm not so sure about that, but I can tell you they do. They work so well, in fact, that I have bought 2 pairs, and I will show you here that I have bought 2 on my Amazon page. One set's for me, and the other set I got for my 6-year-old daughter. 6-year-old hearing is highly developmental. It is critical you don't harm their hearing during their early ages. And I'm using these earplugs to protect her hearing, but also so she can still hear me through her headset. If I didn't believe in them, I would not have gotten them for her. He also went on to claim that I was promoting a product given to me and that YouTube needs to work better to eliminate these false promotional reviews. You know, Amazon has it. They send these products to people and ask them to write a positive review and say, here, it's free. That is not what happened here. I have under 300 subscribers. Okay, now I'm hoping to grow. I'm hoping things will expand. I'm hoping that maybe I will get people who will sponsor me and who will start sending me products. But at 300 subscribers, no one's sending me anything, okay? I paid for the Pinlock earplugs myself, my money. I was not reimbursed. I was not asked to do a review. I was not asked to say something good about them because they gave them to me. I bought them with my hard-earned money, and I use them, and I love them. Now, if you don't like them, that is fine. But please don't spread misinformation. And I am not promoting something that was given to me for a positive review or to be paid for. It was not a paid promotion. I don't have enough subscribers for any of that. And even if I did, I would never do that, okay? If I am given something to promote, I will only promote it if I believe in it. Also, if I am given something to review, it doesn't matter if it's free. It doesn't matter what they ask me to do. I will give you an honest review. If I think it's junk, I will tell you it's junk. And I will also tell you why it's junk. So don't think I'm ever going to give you misinformation or anything that I don't believe in and tell lies just for something free. I mean, first of all, if the earplugs are free and they didn't do what they were told and they were junk, what would I care? Like, I would just throw them in the trash and say, forget it. So I don't know, again, I don't know why he said everything the way he said it, but again, I deleted the comment and it's done. I fully support the earplugs. If you have any constructive criticism over them or any questions you would like me to expand on, please feel free to ask in a nice and polite way. I'm trying to keep this channel polite. I am going to do my best to not have any vulgarities, but please, constructive criticism, politeness, be nice. There was actually a comment thread on how my videos were too long, on my how-to videos. And it was actually a decent thread. I can see both perspectives. Too long, like just cut to the chase, take this 30-minute video, get it down to 5 minutes and show us what needs to be done. Now, 30-minute video is probably going to be really hard to get down to 5 minutes, but I understand that. Just skip through the talking, skip through the explaining, just show what needs to be done. Okay, my videos, I'm trying to go for people who, even if they are knowledgeable, maybe they want additional information, or if they are not knowledgeable or don't know how to do anything, they can figure it out, they'll understand. But it was a very good thread, and a bunch of people chimed in, and it was polite and nice, and people offered both perspectives. That's the way I like things to be done. That's the way they should be done. There's no reason for hostilities. There's no reason for lies or false accusations. Okay, so please, no trolling. Again, I do love the Pinlock earplugs. You can watch the video, see for yourself, give them a try. They're $30 on Amazon. Again, I love them. I got them for my daughter. So I am not spreading any kind of myth here. But enough with that. Let's move on to the third and final topic. Okay, so for the third topic, it was a viewer who requested me to do some modifications on my motorcycle, my Ninja 1000 SX. And the modifications aren't my cup of tea, my style. I don't like the modifications requested, and that is personal preference. And there is nothing wrong with requesting it. Matter of fact, I ask you guys to ask me what you want to see in videos. But some things, again, I have very low subscriber count. I don't get provided products for free. So doing install videos on some things just doesn't make sense for me to have to go and pay the money to get the product to show the install video when I'm not even going to use it, and I'm going to end up removing it. So the first request was Shorty Levers, and I don't like Shorty Levers, and here's why. Standard levers give you much more control, and you're probably thinking, how's that possible? You use 2 fingers, you squeeze, progressive braking, feathering the clutch, all that stuff. 2 fingers doesn't matter. Yes and no. 2 fingers on the outside of a long lever provides a lot more power than 2 fingers on the inside. And that's torque. It's physics. Most MotoGP riders use standard levers. They don't use shorties. And for that reason, you have a lot more control in what you are doing. If you are doing emergency braking, you want to be on like a shorty lever. You want to be gripping on the inside of the brake to not over brake, so you don't, lock up your tires and lay the bike down. But if you are doing high speed turns, or you just need a little more power control, less strain on the fingers maybe, you get a lot more power by gripping the outside of the longer levers. So personal preference, I don't like shorties, so I'm not going to spend the money and install them. I am sorry. It's just, it doesn't make sense. And because I will only buy good stuff, I'm not going to buy $30 cheap Amazon, Chinese, anodized levers that break in half as soon as you pull them to do an install video. So I'm not going to spend $200 on shorty levers that I'm not even going to use. The same person requested bar end mirrors. So, fun fact about bar end mirrors. They take your eyes off the road. Okay, so again, it is personal preference. And actually, adding bar end mirrors to your bike will add more visibility if you keep the stock mirrors on. So if you aren't familiar with bar end mirrors, they are mirrors that, as the term says, they attach to the bar ends of your next to your grips. They turn with your bar. Okay, so if you turn to the right, your mirrors are going to turn to the right. They are not going to point what you had them aimed at. That's more for low speed and parking lot maneuvers. You're probably not looking in the mirrors much anyway, but they aren't pointing where you need them to see behind you, your blind spots, that kind of thing, unless you're going straight. And as I said right off the bat, they take your eyes off the road. You have to look further down to see bar end mirrors than you do with the stock mirrors. And the reason for that is because they are usually lower. You can get some that actually mount up high, and they aren't as bad. But then you're still looking further left and further right, rather than keeping your eyes on the road and just catching the mirror out of your peripheral, or just a slight adjustment to your vision. So that being said, I will not be doing a video on bar end mirrors because I don't like them for those reasons, and it is personal opinion. You are allowed to have your own opinion. If you like them, great. You do you. You can install them. Bar end mirrors are actually really easy to install. So you take, depending on what kind you get, they either attach to your bar weights with little O clamps. It's just a screw or a bolt, or they clamp on just the inside of the weights. You take the weight off, you slide them on, clamp them down, put the weights back on. So not a big install. Again, I'm not going to spend the money. If somebody wants to send me a set of bar end mirrors, I would be more than happy to install them and do a video on it and even review them. Again, added visibility is good, but I'm not going to go spend the money on something that I'm not going to use that often. Because again, if you have to take your eyes off the road, That's a problem. Scenario, you're coming up, all of a sudden, brake lights just everywhere, slamming on their brakes. Truck, several cars up, lost a whole load of concrete all over the road. Brakes are locked up, people are hitting each other. You gotta start thinking, what's your exit plan, right? But at the same time, you need to know what's behind you, because your exit plan could be, well, I've maintained a safe following distance. I'm going to slow down to a stop and be safe and not hit anybody and be okay. But if someone's right behind you and you see that by just glancing into your normal mirror, you'll know you got to choose a different path. You're going to have to shoot in the shoulder or maybe over into another lane. So by being able to quickly see that while keeping your eyes on what's happening in front of you and seeing how people are acting up there, you can avoid a very nasty situation. And with bar end mirrors, that's going to be a lot harder to do, because you're going to have to take your eyes off of what's going on in front of you, and you may not realize that you've lost that stopping distance you needed. That's my reasoning, and that's why I am not going to install them. Well, pay money and install them. If someone wants to send me some, please feel free. I'll be more than happy to install them and do a fair review of them. But I will not take my stock mirrors off. Again, keep the requests coming. If I won't do something, I will let you know. It's only fair. I do have a request for brake lights on the rear top case and panniers, and I am doing research on that right now. It is something that I think is great, more visibility, but figuring out the logistics and what to use so that it's easily removable, all that stuff, it's going to take some time, but once I figure it out, I will make a video. But please keep the requests coming, because I am more than happy to try and give you the content that you want. But again, I'm not made of money. I can't just go out and throw money on things that I'm not even really going to use or don't like. So sorry, no Shorty Levers or bar and mirrors. Again, bar and mirrors I will be more than happy to do if somebody sends me a set, but I am not going to go through the effort of changing out the Shorty Levers, even if they sent them to me. Just, it's not worth it, and that's just me. So thanks for watching. I know this was a little long, but again, it is Blue-Eyed Ramblings, and I like to ramble on. So please let me know what you thought. If you hated it, just let me know. Constructive feedback, please. Constructive feedback. What don't you like about it? What do you want to see more of? Or what would you like me to talk about? Try and avoid politics. Anything you want me to talk about? Anything you didn't like? Did I ramble too much? Anything. Please let me know. I'm trying to make video content for you guys that's enjoyable. If it's just something that you go and watch and say, look, I don't want to see this, let me know why. Please. Let me know why you don't want to see it, because it'll really help me improve my content for you. Thanks again for watching. Stay safe out there. Keep 2 on the ground. Enjoy your summer. Enjoy the weather. And please remember, lightning kills, and it can travel 10 miles away. So we're in that season where thunderstorms pop up anytime. Please try and avoid them. You don't want to get struck by lightning, because it is 99.99999 to infinity % deadly for a motorcycle rider. Stay safe.